Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Three of Me Bros. Now, we finished our Star Wars Rogue Squadron playthrough, and we had a hell of a time with it. But I'm just returning back to this one last time to shit on this game. So, in our last, I think it was, was it our last one that we were doing when somebody said something about the ion cannons in the manual?
Sure.
Yeah, it was like an earlier part.
Yeah, so somebody said something about the ion cannons the ion cannons are being mentioned in the manual. So I took them up on that. I looked at my manual. Sure enough, it's there. It's easy to miss, and it's really inconsequential, and you kind of can't really understand what it's getting at. But sure, it's in the manual. So I went and skimmed over the rest of the manual, and at the very end, it says something about playing levels at different times of day.
What? On a GameCube game?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Animal Crossing has that, right? Like,
well, okay, yeah, that's right. It had like the internal clock.
Yeah, so I was like, what? What does this mean? So I went on Google and I found a thing on GameFAQs, and it says that the training stage that I didn't show because it was a waste of time, that changes depending on the time of day you play it. But there is one level that changes depending on the time of day that you play it. It's the Imperial Academy Heist.
Interesting.
All right.
And so when I read this, I was like, bullshit. There is no fucking way. And because I read how exactly the day version goes, I'm like, no, that can't be right. So I went in and booted up the game again, and we're about to see exactly what just happened. All right, so we're in the mission selection, and here we go, Imperial Academy Heist, and look, we get a Y-Wing. I'm playing this during the day. I played the last one at night sometime, so I was kind of in awe. I'm like, wait a sec, the ship changed? What?
Hold on, this was the level with the fog.
Yes.
This is my favorite level.
Oh, shut up.
Approach the Academy via the southern mountain pass and stay below their sensors. Wipe out as many turrets and TIE fighters as you can.
Okay, so the mission sounds the same.
Yeah, the mission is the same, but a lot of things are different.
Yes, sir.
For one thing, you can kind of see.
Oh my god, you can see where you're going, Jordan.
Yeah, and they just told you, oh, there's sensors. Maybe I should knock them out with my ion cannons. And if you remember from the fourth mission, now we know what ion cannons are. And
so this is like almost a completely. I mean, it's the same architecture, obviously, but it's like a different level. Like it's different because you don't have ion cannons when you originally go through, so the objective is different, right?
Yeah, which means you don't have to almost crash yourself into the ground.
Wow, that's kind of interesting.
But you still have to stealth your way through.
No, because you disable the scanners and you're pretty much home free.
Oh,
that's kind of cool. I'm kind of into that.
Question, Jordan, does the daytime level does doing the daytime level affect the nighttime level and vice versa, or are they completely separate one another?
No.
Okay.
They're completely separate, and this is the only level apparently that does this. And you are supposed to go into the Imperial camp while you're in the Y-Wing. Now, it's just something I just like to point out. In the night version, you're in like the speeder, and you have you're in a speeder. It's a really shitty ship, and you have to sort of stealth your way and steal a ship, and you guys saw it, right? Here, you are a Y-Wing flying into an Imperial base in broad daylight, and apparently the Empire can't do shit about it.
Nah, man, go big or go home.
I think this is super interesting. I mean, I love like weird little hidden things in anything, really. I mean, there are a lot of albums that used to have like hidden tracks. Like the grooves of the record would be double tracked, so you might put it down one time you played it and hear a completely different song the second time you put it down. I love stuff like that. I love hidden things, and I think this is really cool. And also kind of makes sense as a launch, like this was a launch title for the GameCube, and it makes sense as a thing of like, hey, here are all these new features that we have on this console. We're going to try to use them, as one of the new features being like, hey, this console has an internal clock, which I don't believe the N64 had.
I want to say
I could be wrong on that. But yeah, So I think that's pretty cool. I mean,
it's interesting how they didn't like Jordan. You said the only reason you found out about this is because you read the enclosed instruction manual.
No, because I just like looked at it and I was like, wait, different times of day, what? And
Is this the only level that does that?
Yep, and only reason I knew is because I went to Googled it. The game does not tell you at all.
right, because it's supposed to be hidden.
So,
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, like, I want you to just look at what's all the shit that's going on and compare it to what I had to go through in the first round that I did this level.
Oh, sure.
This looks pretty fun. I like how different it is.
I am sympathetic to the point of, hey, I wish I played this version instead of the other one. But I don't think them not telling you in the game is any fault of the game itself, because it seems like that's completely intentional.
Well, I still call it a fault of the game itself, because like the fact that I found this out after going through all the bullshit of the night version is pretty insulting.
Okay, it's like, but it's an Easter egg. It's not like a God dang it moment, like, you know, some like out of cave story where it's like, hey, don't save Professor Booster and get the best ending.
No, it's not. It's not really an Easter egg, because I mean, the circumstances of this entire level change on the time of day, and you would be completely ignorant of it. And look, the level's over already. Remember all the bullshit we had to go through before? No.
Yeah,
God.
I was gonna say, it looks like you had a pretty good time with this, actually.
It was stupid easy.
Think about how cool it is if
level.
you're just like some kid playing this game, and it's like you play it at nighttime and you mess up and you can't do it, so you say, okay, I'll wait until I take a break and then I'll do it tomorrow. You do it tomorrow, it's daytime, and it's a completely different level. That's amazing. That is cool.
Yeah, but think about that on the flip side, Dan. If you're a kid playing this during the daytime, it's like, oh, this is pretty easy. I'll hit it up later. You played at night.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But it's cool. I'm into it.
Yeah, this was neat.
Now, don't get me wrong. I like the idea of it, but considering all the bullshit I had to go through for
I don't think you're
for
ever
that
gonna
other
leave
half,
those scars, man.
I mean, just the fact that the night level was so badly designed and so full of bullshit was ridiculous.
Oh, okay. So that was okay. So this was the bonus part. This is officially the end of this Let's Play, I would say.
I think we're done.
I think we're done. Okay, cool. That was interesting. I enjoyed that.
This is the last time I'm shitting on this game, so if anybody loved this game and hates me for shitting on it, I won't mention it ever again, hopefully.
Well, thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen.